Hey, we're back.
Hey,
Hey there.
Hello.
plus one.
Hello, plus one. I've got an angry cat outside the door,
Well, when
wanting
Broco starts
desperately
turning to rats, it's something kind of happens.
tracks the cats.
Cats come around.
Yeah, well, welcome to episode 8, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Doing well?
Day 37 in quarantine. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, that's a good question. I stopped counting.
It was kind of a joke at the beginning, and now it's gotten real. It's like, when is this?
Yeah. I have no idea any longer how long I've been stuck at home. Sounds like it could go on even longer. You know, our neighbors are going till the end of May, so could be us next. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've been stuck in quarantine, still trying to get together and move this adventure forward. And so far, it's going fine.
The fantasy world moves on with or without us.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's got its own progress and agenda going on there, and I know we've received some feedback from users that they agree with you. It's pretty dark this season, so
It's
Yeah.
so dark, Jerry. God.
Perhaps a carnival or something.
No
something
carnival. You know
fun.
he's going to turn it creepy.
Oh, that's true. Clowns. Demonic clowns.
It's all clowns.
Carnivals are dark on their own.
No, yeah, we've obviously had some people that agree with you, and I really haven't noticed that much of a difference, but
You're not the
Wow.
one being chained up in a dungeon having to share a bucket.
that's a good
Jerry.
point. Yeah.
We don't know what he does in real life.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And down to the bucket.
Uh, so we are here gathered again to play a game, and I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has continued to listen to us, even though things are a bit different now and we're having to do this online. Doesn't sound as nice, but hey, all the personality is still there, and that's the main thing, right?
We're
still
here producing quality content.
Yeah,
we are.
Right.
So we want to thank you for listening and sticking with us, and we hope that we can provide some entertainment. If you're in lockdown too, give you something to listen to take your mind off of things going on in the world. So thank you, Patreon sponsors as well. I can't believe you guys are still spending money to support this show, but we appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And, another reminder that if you have better things to do with your $1 or $5, feel free to, spend that money elsewhere. And that's all I have to say.
And just a reminder, we have viewers and listeners from around the world. So I just hope everybody from around the globe is being safe and understanding that this is one world and we're all in it together and we'll get through it.
Yeah, I think we will get through it. I am incredibly happy to see that, none of you guys have gotten sick. And I hope the same is true for our listeners. I hope they have so far managed to avoid any real pain from this other than some inconvenience. But I know that's probably not the case. And if you're out there listening and getting by, I apologize that the fantasy world I created is so dark, because you probably could use something a little lighter right
A little
about now.
uplifting, Jerry.
So, well, I'll do my best. I'll try to work on that. Put some.
Well, at least Alar is going to be able to look on the bright side,
Yeah,
which is Alar.
It's all on you, Alar.
I see our names have changed. The band name changed once again.
The Rat Catchers.
Rat Catchers. I like it. I like it a lot. So speaking of Alar, it's your time to shine, Alar.
Okay.
Give us a recap.
Alar and his compatriots set out to find glass for the greenhouse. Their journey led them to the ruined Stakeworth Manor, a large roof of glass over an atrium. Alar wisely stayed below as his allies charged up to get the glass, only to be attacked by haunted suits of armor. Will they get the glass? Tune in to Dungeon Patrol.
Nice. Thank you, Alar. Wisely stayed down below.
Wisely stayed below.
And
Repeatedly
Nothing to do with you.
succeeded at staying below.
It's all part of the plan.
Yes.
Well, you guys did get the glass. and
25
you-
panes.
Yeah, a lot,
25?
quite a lot. Yeah. And you made it back to kind of the hill leading up to the vineyard, and that's kind of where we stopped last time. So good job doing that. Thank you, Alar, for the recap. So, anything else before we get started?
Now
So-
give me adventure, Jerry.
Are we-
For my-
Are we being glaziers now? Is that where?
I probably won't make you actually
Oh,
install the. That's a great question. That's how I'm going to lift the mood. Is you guys get to find a trade now.
Roll
Yeah,
to
it's
see
that-
if you broke a pane.
Yeah.
No. Go back and get another one.
Let's do a sub quest to go get some lead to line the glass.
Yeah, there were lots of. I'm sure that was a highly skilled operation there. So you guys are at the base of the hill. I'm assuming that you're going to take the glass up the hill to the greenhouse.
Nah, it's close enough.
Yeah,
Close
it's
enough.
gonna-
Okay. All right. So you approach the greenhouse, and before you see the massive form of Arvik hunched over a basket of food that's been strewn across the muddy ground. He brushes off a piece of cheese and eagerly takes a bite. Barnacle stands next to him, barking madly at the wooden shed that serves as the giant's home. You look towards the small shack in time to see the lithe form of Skolavig saunter out into the rain. She sneers at Arvik as he scrambles to gather up the spilled food. But she turns toward your group and says, "Wolfknut wants you." Her message delivered, she shrugs and walks off toward the villa, pausing briefly to mockingly bark at Barnacle.
I think she's starting to warm up to us.
I think I'm going to have to kill her.
You guys have very different views of how this relationship is headed, but
I want to remind you, I'm still a horse.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
And
say.
as of right now, Alar, you're on my back. Like, I don't know if your hair is like going through the wind because it was raining and whatnot, or you're just like doused with rain.
Yeah, but I look good with wet hair as well. So
It all works for
And
a.
It all
then,
works.
can I roll for a bucket to buck him off? Do I roll for that, or does something like that automatically?
I suppose you could.
No, do
Um,
such a thing.
I want to counter roll an athletics check.
Yeah, your jump checks have been good so lately. So
Hush.
I figured
Hush,
Brocus.
Brokos.
I figured Brocus is already broken in, and he wouldn't be bucking.
touche.
It's an excellent point. So you come upon the scene. Obviously, Skolavig maybe delivered his food, threw it on the ground. You kind of piecing the scene together as you pull up, and Arvik is still gathering up food and sharing little bits of it with Barnacle. And when he looks up at you, he's obviously happy to see you.
Arvik, we have found glass.
At that, he stops, kind of mid bite, and stands up and runs over to the cart and takes a look. And he starts kind of almost like jumping up and down. He's so excited, and he's like, "Thank you, thank you. This will work great. Thank you." And he starts to like grab, dig through the back of the cart, like able to lift these panes easily, just super strong.
Jerry, so help me God, if you kill Arvik,
Not until the end of this episode.
Uh-huh.
Writing is on the wall.
yeah, totally. You've made him too likable.
I may just have to kill him as a matter of, to get it out of the way.
Okay.
No.
The
Thank you,
step
Kragar.
towards lighting up the mood.
Yeah, Krager gets it.
Putting anybody we like, we're just going to put them out of their misery before
Yeah.
someone else, Jerry does.
Before Jerry does. Oh, that's
This is for the
fantastic.
best.
Uh,
You have no idea what suffering's in front of you.
We have become judge and juror of those who decide to live and die.
yeah. That's not far off from our COVID-19 strategy currently, but we are. Yeah, Arvik seems very happy. I promise I won't kill him anytime soon. And he starts unloading the cart and still taking bites, and Barnacle is jumping around at your feet and barking, and it seems happy to see you as well.
I will pet Barnacle.
All right. He has been petted. Now
I'll
what?
go over and nudge Barnacle, and then try to do a little horseplay with him and try to get him to react. I don't know if he's had a whole lot of playtime lately.
So in horse form, you're gonna like chase him around and play.
Oh, that's not terrifying the dog at all.
Okay. So yeah, he starts barking and he gets down in his puppy pose and he starts, wagging his tail extra hard and he runs around, starts to get the zoomies, and he, is buzzing around the area around the shack there in the greenhouse, and you're playing along with him, prancing around, and yeah.
I'm going to get out of the rain and go to the greenhouse.
Okay.
So, but we have been summoned.
Oh,
Yeah, if you look back, you see that she hasn't looked back at you, but she is kind of slowly strolling down the ridge towards the villa herself, Skolovig, that is. And that was her whole message, is that Wolfcanute wants you.
Come, my friends. Let us see what adventure awaits us.
Okay.
mm,
So you're headed to the villa?
Yes. Well, I am.
I suppose it's warmer there and drier.
Yeah, that's a good
We
point.
make it.
You've got fur. Why are you complaining?
It's wet. Have you ever smelled a wet bugbear?
Yes,
Does it
now we
smell-
have.
Does it smell any worse than just a regular bugbear?
Slightly.
I'll shake water at you.
Ah,
All right. So you guys head on down the ridge towards the villa, and you walk beneath the Flossdale Vineyard sign and approach the villa. You see several pirates on the tower, standing out in the rain, kind of doing a circuit around the top of the tower, and a number of others patrolling the grounds as well. Ahead, you can see Skolovig talking with some other pirates at the door. She spares you a backwards glance and steps through the doorway. You see her again when you get close to the door yourself, and she's walking into that back room where you guys were originally kind of brought to, the main living space of the villa. I assume you're going to follow her in there, or... Yeah.
Sure.
but
Really, so
I
Odds?
suppose.
Brokos, please change back.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I will change back.
Okay. So Brokos is changing back into his regular form, and inside you see her standing behind Wolfcanute, who's now seated at a chair on one side of a very large table that's been moved into the space. The makeshift table dominates the area, covered with maps and scrolls and books. You see the very tired-looking Wolfcanute staring at a wrinkled piece of parchment. Haydn sits across from him, absently fingering a pendant that hangs around his neck. A pendant that, upon closer inspection, you see is in the shape of a bird. Haydn tucks away his pendant quickly as he notices you walk in and smiles up at you. Wolfcanute stares at the parchment a few moments longer and finally tears his gaze away long enough to look up. The mood in the room is obviously very tense. And he says, "Finally, I need you. I have a plan that involves the lighthouse. I sent a couple of people to secure it, but they haven't reported back. Go see what happened to them and come back to me with news."
What are you wanting with the lighthouse?
You see that he pauses for a long time, and then he finally kind of like he doesn't want to waste more time talking to you, and he finally pushes back and that is my business. We have a plan. Although you are part of my band now, I'm not sure I want to bring you fully into my inner circle to reveal all of these plans. Haydn can tell you more.
Triss will just scowl. She's good at that.
Okay, so he realizes you're not happy, but and he's obviously very tense, and so he kind of takes a deep breath, and then he's like, "Look, we all have our jobs to do. Arvik, for example, we give him food, and he's expected to get that greenhouse set up. We all work together. We all do our parts. Torvik and Harter, they were supposed to secure the lighthouse, but I haven't heard from them. Now I'm asking you to do your part and go there and find out what happened to them and what's taking them so long. Please do this."
And we will find adventure and epic tales even in scouting a lighthouse. Did we not?
Positive
Sourcing
attitude.
glass? Even finding glass.
That's what we'll call it.
That's right,
So-
Kragar.
Haydn looks up at you after Wolf Canute goes back to his parchment, and he calmly says, "They may have stopped at the building site in Coldfoot Market. You may want to check there before heading to the lighthouse directly."
So did we not want to ask him about what is it? The Dark Run Syndicate.
I don't.
Certainly could.
You do not?
Go for it. Why not?
Well, I'm not the talker here. I'm just the gentle reminder.
The nudger and the glarer.
Yes. And tail swisher.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Wolf Canute. Oh, no, we want Hayden.
Yes.
Hayden, tell us, what do you know of this Dark Run Syndicate? We stopped one of their agents at the boatyards.
He looks very like he suddenly perks up at that, and he pushes himself away from the table, and he kind of gives a little nod to Wolf Canute, who is not even paying attention to him or you anymore. Walks around the table, and he kind of grabs you and pulls you over a little bit off to the side, and he's like, "You ran into the Dark Run Syndicate?"
Yes, one of their were-rats was the saboteur.
I killed him.
That's
Ah.
right, we killed him.
That's right. I almost forgot it was over so quickly that Krager killed him. So
He was dead when I found him.
Yeah, basically.
it was like that. So he's like, "Very interesting. They decided to show themselves after all, hey? And how do you know they were? I mean, besides being a were-rat, of course, not very many people even know that about them. How did you identify them as a Dark Run Syndicate?
Had a
The ta-
marking.
What was that?
Go ahead, Krager.
There was a tattoo.
And what was it on this tattoo?
It was a rat king.
A rat king.
It
Yes.
was like a ring of rats.
Yeah. And so he nods and he looks very thoughtful, and he's like, "Yes, we have to tread very carefully now. They are a powerful group, and they pretty much control the underground in this city. I've been trying to talk to Wolf Canute about utilizing some of the lesser known routes throughout the city, but this will complicate matters quite a bit." Everyone's digesting this.
And for those in audio form only,
It just got a
So-
lot of stares.
Hayden, you seem to know a lot about the underworld.
Yes, I told you about my exploits in that arena, haven't I?
You have hinted at it.
Well, I pretty much ran, the thieves guild for this city for the last few years, I'd say. Yes, I was in charge of it. Well, until the Darkrun Syndicate came around, of course.
Hmm.
And the symbol of your Thieves Guild, was it the albatross? The one you
Oh.
wear around your neck.
Albatross. Oh, no, that's more of a personal thing, actually. I don't suppose you've seen the albatross painted on buildings across the city?
But of course,
Well, those of us who've spent some time as slaves in this place, many of us have grown up with the legends of the albatross, taking people away when they're in desperate need, when their masters get a little too overzealous. The albatross will come and carry them away to freedom and safety. It's a silly thing that helps ease the mind of slaves who are suffering. But I really believe that this albatross was sent by Rel, the goddess of luck, who is someone that I hold in great admiration.
Hmm.
So he basically is he's, as a halfling, he follows the goddess of luck, which is not a big surprise. And he believes that this albatross is kind of this legend of this albatross. He doesn't, not sure if he really totally buys in based on what he tells you, but he definitely thinks it is useful and thinks it gives people hope. And he truly believes that something has helped slaves escape this city and has been doing that for decades.
then
Judy,
why was the albatross painted so much more frequently right before the revolt? Did you and yours have a hand in this, Hayden?
We may have encouraged it. Yes. Very perceptive. I we needed some kind of symbol to unite us at that time. It was we weren't sure who was all in and who was still too afraid to oppose, their masters when the uprising occurred, and so we needed something to unite the people. And the albatross, everyone in town has heard of the albatross. Heard of the legends, and maybe even knew somebody who just disappeared one day. So we decided to use that.
That's beautiful. I just came up with 100 ideas for an epic about the albatross and freedom and unchained and looking to the sunlight after years of clouds. You're welcome, Hayden. I'll make sure you feature in it. Well, not you personally.
So he looks a little confused, but then he kind of just smiles and pats you on the back. And thanks, lad. Anything else I can help you with?
So does
Which way to the
Krieger?
lighthouse?
Yeah, does Krieger know where the lighthouse is?
You would definitely, both you and Triss would know where the lighthouse is. Brokos is pointing at his map background. So
I love the weatherman aspect of it.
Really do. Well, so where is
there's
the
a
lighthouse?
cold
Got a
front
cold
coming in
front.
from the west.
yes. So I can tell you on the map, on the marker where it says, I believe it says, what is it? What's the top orange thing? What's in the orange box again? Fish belly?
That is fish belly.
So that is actually covering most of Coldfoot Market, which is kind of a triangular shaped square that serves as a marketplace for that area. And then basically straight north of that, you get out on that peninsula there, and that's where the lighthouse is. And I will mark it on your maps when this episode uploads. So, yep, you got it, Brokos. Pointed right at it, like be a great weatherman.
Mhm.
So,
That is my quest: is to become a good elemental.
yeah, I suppose that makes sense for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're the druid. You should be the weatherman.
Yeah. Any questions for Hayden?
I don't suppose that we can, I don't know, get some more supplies before we head out, or should we rest first?
I would assume what time of day is it? Because we left in the morning, and I assume that took probably most of the day to go fetch all that glass.
Yeah, it's probably getting towards afternoon at this point of the day. So it might make sense to rest up and head out in the morning. You guys obviously have replenished your weekly rations and things like that by returning to the villa. So
I was hoping more for like a healing potion.
nothing like that. They're in pretty short supply, but who knows? You might run across one.
More
You never
dark
know.
and more stingy.
I think that's a no.
It's a definite no. Sorry, I should be more clear. No.
Is it wiser to go during? So the market is busy, I'm guessing, right now. Perhaps we go to the lighthouse during the day or the evening.
Are you asking Hayden that?
Yeah,
or-
the market, I'm guessing, would be closed at this point. Or
I mean, are there even markets right now?
right.
Yeah, that's probably the better question. The sense you get from Hayden is that the market is probably not really open or serving as much of a marketplace nowadays. But there's other stuff happening there, which he seems a little bit cagey about.
Does he's cagey, like he doesn't want to give us information about something that might help us, cagey?
Yeah, he just kind of glanced at Wolf Canute when he said it, and didn't give you any just vague references to other things. And then there's a group of Wolf Canute's men there.
Kragar, could you put Hayden on your list?
To kill, just right under Arvik, I guess.
I don't. Oh, poor Arvik.
Or Arvik.
We should go ahead and go then. We should be able to make it to the lighthouse by dark.
Yeah.
Let us go.
So you're gonna head out right away?
Apparently.
Can we take a short rest, perhaps? That way I can get I can get my beasties back.
Very well.
Okay, so you taking a short rest, and we'll say it's probably close to 5 by the time you're done. And you guys are heading out. Is that right?
I guess
That's right.
That's what we are doing.
Some seem happier about it than others.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so you guys head out, and as you go, you get your supplies, your food rations, and things like that. So you leave the villa, and your hour rest finally noticed a break in the rain that's been fairly persistent throughout the day. So now it's overcast still, and occasionally little bouts of misty rain, but the wind has died down, and compared to recent days, it suddenly feels like the air is very thick and warm. You see that some people have come out into the streets, even though it's evening now, gossiping, trading, living their lives, and you find it rather comforting. Even though it's obvious that a sense of desperation is slowly growing throughout the city, you are heartened to see, people going about their daily business and taking care of things. Excuse me. After some distance, you hear the sounds of saws and hammers, and you round a corner, and through a burnt out shell, I'm assuming that you went to Coldfoot Market. Is that right? Or directly
Yeah.
to the
Yes,
light?
we
Okay.
were told.
Yes.
Okay. So through a burnt out shell of a building, you see a large tower taking shape. And as you enter the square, you see men scrambling beneath it, bringing freshly cut timbers to a makeshift pulley-drawn platform. And a stocky woman with stark white hair and a long, thick braid stands nearby, shouting orders to the handful of workers at the top of the platform. From the appearance and smell, this area used to be a fish market, but now it's dominated by the construction of this tower.
How tall is this tower right now?
Right now, it's about 30 feet. It's very wide, so you expect that it could, looks like they're trying to add more to the top, more levels.
Looks like they're making a watchtower.
Could be.
So I will approach the woman with the braid.
Okay. She turns to you after she's done yelling some orders, and she's like, gives you a quick glance or two, and what do you want?
So we have been sent by Wolf Knut. We are looking for those guys. I don't remember their names.
Yeah, what
Torvik
are
and
their
Harder?
names? Who?
What are they?
Torvik Strong Iron and Harter Axe Handle.
Those are the guys.
Yep.
Torvik Strong Iron and Harter Axe Handle.
Yep, Torvik and Harder.
Have they come through here?
She looks at you and she said, Wolf Canoe sent you.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't look like members of our band, obviously.
No.
Judge much?
He said he would be informing everybody about us. I asked about some kind of device to indicate our
It's true, you did.
membership.
You
And then
did.
this is what happens.
This is why I asked for these things.
He's not much of a communicator.
Yeah, no, he's fairly busy, but so she's like, okay, yes, Torvik and Harder stopped by on their way to the lighthouse.
When was that?
Oh, geez, 2 days ago, perhaps.
2
Torvik
days.
spent some time here. His daughter is here. His sister is my assistant. So his
Oh.
daughter stays here with her, and Torvik came to visit, and they spent some time here, and before they took off for the lighthouse.
Mm.
How quaint.
Might we talk to her daughter, his daughter,
Or sister.
or sister?
We don't know how old this daughter is. Maybe the sister is more useful.
Magda has gone to trade supplies with Freya, so she is not here. The girl, Marta, I would hope that you would avoid talking to her. She has run off twice since her father visited, trying to find him, and we've wasted precious time tracking the girl down. She is very headstrong young woman, and I don't want to give her the same strange thoughts again. She's finally managed to stick around the camp here for a while, and I don't want to encourage her by having people ask about her father.
Oh no. We will reassure her that a special team is on the job. With
Something,
Alar and the rat catchers, On the quest, we are sure to find her father.
Rat
Or
catchers.
his body.
Or his body. Exactly
You
what I
are
was
the
thinking.
strangest group of rat catchers I've ever seen.
Oh, it's the name of our band.
Band? Oh,
We are a
okay.
musical outfit.
You haven't heard of Alar and the Rat Catchers?
You change your name daily. It's
Tell,
Makes it
tell
hard
everybody.
for fans.
Tell everybody about Alar and the Rat Catchers.
I will do that. So she's like, fine. The girl can be found over there. She's usually playing with some of the younger children, watching them. She points off in direction, kind of back the way you came, on the other side of the burned out building. Impossible to miss. Please, if something has happened to her father, don't let on, okay? She will go berserk.
And what's her name again?
Marta.
Well, we don't know if something happened to her father, so
And don't worry, I am a master of subtlety.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
pretty sure something has happened
Get
to her
that
father.
feeling.
And we know something's happened because this season is so dark.
We pretty much know
We
he's
pretty
dead
much
already.
know. Yeah.
Uh,
Just for clarity, what is your name?
my name, I'm Hilda Anchorstone.
oh, the Inkerstones?
Yes. Of the Thunder Isle Anchorstones.
Thunder Isle Inkerstones.
Did you say Inklestones?
Yeah, I like that better, but
I like that better.
So, Hilda, what are you building here?
This it's a watchtower.
As I
Nailed
suspected.
it.
It was too far inland to be another lighthouse.
Lighthouse. Yeah. Why, we already have a lighthouse.
what are you watching for?
Yeah, incursions from neighboring factions. That sort of thing. You guys can roll to see if you believe it or not.
I will do an
She's
insight
lying.
check.
I'm like, I don't actually care.
Wow. I'm giving 20% to this campaign. That's all I got.
I rolled a 10, so I just think she's, whatever.
Yeah, it all adds up to you.
Whatever.
I got a 19.
Oh,
I got a 17.
17. Okay, so Brokos just kind of takes her at her word. Very
Believes
trusting
anything
sort that
anybody
he
says,
is.
yeah.
You, Alar, and Triss, obviously a little more suspicious of people, and just doesn't seem to add up. This watchtower is way behind the lines they drew on the map to indicate their territory. You would think a watchtower would be closer to the border. It just seems kind of strange.
Are you questioning my wisdom?
Are you asking me, DM, or
No.
asking Hilda?
So, Hilda, you said that Torvik's sister has gone to talk with Freya, yes?
Yes, correct.
So, perhaps next time you have communication with Freya, you should ask about us and how we were of tremendous assistance to Freya and her endeavors. I think you will find that we are a competent group and can be very useful.
Yes.
What she's saying is we are multi-talented.
She's like, I will make sure the next time I talk to Freya that I will ask all about you and the rat catchers or whatever you are. Thank you. Yes. Can we get
what a
back to
sass
work
now.
now here? Wait, and you see her like rush off, take a couple steps towards the platform, and she starts yelling at people. You've overloaded it, you fools. Again, half of our people are gone to Freya's. We can't possibly lift this. We need more bodies before we could lift this. Please unload it. Start over.
We should go before she asks us to help lift.
And
Yes.
she turns to you at that second. Like,
Oh,
wait, you said you're multi-talented.
indeed.
How strong are your backs?
Brokos. Show her how strong you can be.
I'm going to flex.
Uh,
Mm.
Not what I meant, but
impressive. Impressive.
No, not that impressive. My strength is not that impressive.
Okay. So she will ask you.
I'm going to
Help.
part my vest and show off my.
Oh yeah, you got rippling
Are those
muscles.
new
Yeah.
hairs, sir?
Oh, I hope not.
uh,
Are you looking for assistance?
yes, she will look for assistance from you if you're willing to give it. They've overloaded
For
this
us.
lift, and it's all packed on there nice and tightly, and
Mm-hmm.
they'd have to unpack a few things and redo it.
It sounds like a them problem, not a us problem.
Yeah.
Oh, Brokos, you're fantastic at unloading things.
Let's see. I've got so many options here.
Unloading options.
What's a nice strong creature here? Perhaps an ox.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Is that what they're
Thank you.
looking for? They want something that's more like a.
Yeah,
don't know.
they have this big length of rope, and you see some of them people, the stronger looking folks had gathered up one end of this rope, and they were going to try to lift it, and that's when she started yelling, and so
Okay, well, I'll turn into. I will say, I think I might have something for that, and I will do my whatever it is, and slowly start growing hooves. And I can't imagine it's always nice looking.
No, it's
Right.
got to be really gross to
Right.
watch. Yeah.
So then I will turn into a large draft horse.
nice. Okay.
I imagine it's more like, like when Linda Carter turned into Wonder Woman. There was
Oh,
just this spinning
okay.
and a bright light.
That's
Could be.
That's
better.
what I'm going with.
Yeah,
That's better.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Pinocchio turning into a donkey.
Oh, no. Mm.
Which, by the way, you want to talk about a dark Disney movie?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go over there and grab the rope.
Okay, so Krager is going to use his put his back into it as well. Going to hook up the draft horse known as Brokos.
Mhm.
She seems very, very impressed that you're able to do that.
Should
and,
be.
so they get you strapped in, Brokos, and I'm going to have, unless someone else is helping as well.
I will help.
Okay.
So
I'm directing Brokos, so I'm helping.
Lazily slapping him on the rump.
I'm
Encouraging.
that
pointing
time-
and
At that time, I will just let. I do have to urinate quite a bit, so
oh, wow.
I hope your boots are waterproof,
Yeah.
Alar.
We're gonna
Gosh.
need a bigger bucket. So okay, I'll have everyone
Should have
who's
gone
helping
before I turned.
give me 2 strength checks.
Do you want me to as
Yep.
well?
Yep.
So I'm actually not sure how this factors in, but so one of my features is that I count as large for
Oh,
pulling and
yeah.
pushing and lifting.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
nice.
question. So I don't know how that would do. Like, you can load. You can carry more, just much like a pole and stuff. So I don't know how that would necessarily equate or translate.
Well, I'm assuming there's a chart somewhere.
Yeah. I've never used that. Well, I got a natural 20, so that's a 24 and a unnatural 20
Oh wow.
Wow.
In horse mode, you got a
in
natural
horse
20.
mode. Yep.
That's very helpful. All right. I won't make you roll anymore. I think that's probably enough.
So we're all just like semi-pulling and then
It's just all done.
A draft
It's
horse.
it's like he's got it.
If you've
Yeah,
never
looks
seen
like
a
he has
draft horse roll its eyes, you have now.
I
So
finally see why you keep him around, Alar.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
so good job on the roll, and you hear the rope creaking as Brokos is straining against it, pulling this platform up, and all of the people who had grabbed a hold, along with all of you, seem to be surprised how easy it is, and they're all like, start shouting, heave, heave, and then it just kind of starts going up, and they all seem shocked and confused, and it gets to the top, and the people at the top start unloading it as quickly as they can, and you see some of the other people scrambling up the sides. Some of the younger folks go scrambling up this wood platform to help out the people at the top. And Brokos, athletics check.
You got
Okay.
this, little buddy.
19.
Yeah. Okay. So not a problem there either. You manage to hold the platform up for them to get it unloaded, and it gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and pretty soon it's ready to drop back down. And you look over and you see Hilda, and she is like beaming ear to ear, and she sort of had one of those faces that you never thought was even possible of smiles, but she is smiling at you as she approaches, and she's like, "You just saved us half a day's work. Thank you so much. I see why Wolf Knut sent you now. This has been most helpful. Time is of the essence with everything that we're working on here, and I wish I had some. Wait a second." And she kind of reaches into her cloak a bit and pulls out a healing potion.
What?
And she's like, "I've held on to this for a long time, but please take it. I want you to be successful, and I hope that Torvik and Harter are safe. They're good men." And
Well, since Brokos has hooves, I will gladly accept the potion.
Yeah, so just
And
so
I
you know,
will-
I can't speak. I can only, so you have to speak for me, Alar, when I'm in animal
That's right.
form.
And
no,
I will bow deeply with a flourish of my cape and
nice.
say, "Tell your friends and family, Alar and the Rat Catchers."
Alar and the fill in the blanks will be performing at a market near you.
That's right.
Okay.
Clearly, the Alar is the only important part in his mind.
It
It
took
could be
you.
Alar and the whatevers, and it would be the same thing.
It took you
Same
8
thing.
sessions to figure that out.
So she hands you over this healing potion. So you got another healing potion.
Nice.
Um,
By the way, I found the rule on the large bed.
Oh, yeah.
So being large just doubles your push, drag, or lift.
Okay.
So I can push, drag, or lift 960 pounds.
Yeah, he's good.
wow, that's pretty impressive. So yes, you managed to do that easily, and you got a potion as a reward. And it's funny that Triss was just asking about getting a potion, because he had this all planned out. If you guys,
Okay.
I will
Convenient.
very generously pass the potion to Triss.
Great, I will hold on to this.
You're welcome.
give her a bow too, hopefully.
Not even an apple for the horse. Nothing. No
Nothing.
carrots. Nothing.
Nothing.
I'll give you a few pats on the butt.
Yeah, that helps.
There's usually rules about standing behind a horse.
I'm standing beside you.
Okay.
All right. So, are you guys doing anything else here? You gonna head off to the lighthouse, spend
No,
the night
we're
here?
going to go. We're going to go talk to Martha.
Talk to
That's right.
Marta. Okay. So as you when you turn around, you see there's a group of children standing over. They obviously heard some of the commotion and came out to see, and they're all kind of like jumping around and clapping excitedly for you and for Brokos especially. And
That's right. We did it.
we did it.
We did it.
And one of the older children, a young girl, blonde hair, kind of, dirty faced, standing there and looking at you more seriously than the others, not really partaking in all of the excitement, like, she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders a little bit more than the other children, and she's a little bit older.
Young lady, you must be Marta.
How do you know my name?
I am Alar, and these are my compatriots. As you saw, we are incredible at problem solving, and we have been sent by Wolf Canute to find your father. Don't worry, young lady. We will succeed.
Find my father? He went to the lighthouse. Why do you need to find him? What happened to him? Where is he?
That is exactly the mystery that we seek to solve.
It's a mystery.
No, there is no mystery.
You can see she's starting to tear up. You're like, what happened to my father? Tell
Everything
me.
is fine.
But he said it was a mystery. What's going on? Who are you?
I will lean down and in a kind of a conspiratorial tone say, the fancy one, he's just a little crazy. It is okay.
Oh, okay. But you're going to find my father. You're
Exactly.
looking for my father. Okay. So,
And we thought you might be able to help us. You saw him 2 days hence, yes?
yes, I did. He stopped by to spend some time with me and my aunt. Can I go with you? I could help you. I could maybe go with you and find him.
No, I awkwardly smile. My fangs show. It doesn't look reassuring, but I'm trying.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, you should stay here and play with your friends and but I can take your father a message and let him know that you would like to see him again very soon.
Okay? Yeah, please tell him to come back for me. He's supposed to come back for me.
Did he tell you anything interesting before he continued with his journeys?
No, he told me that he was supposed to secure the lighthouse for Wolf Canute, that it was a very important mission. He said that he and Harter would come back for me, and we'd all live in the lighthouse for a while. He said that he'd be back soon. He said there was no danger. It's just he had to go live in the lighthouse for a while. I don't really know. I've never lived in a lighthouse, but it looked fun.
Are you being mistreated here?
Oh, by whom? No. Everyone is nice to me. My aunt is here. She's very nice. Busy, but I have my own jobs. I'm 10 now, so I watch the other children.
So it sounds like you are doing very important work, and perhaps your father is just trying to make all the preparations, and there is nothing to be concerned about.
And we will go and help him.
Oh, good. Tell him that I'm waiting for him, that I'm ready to go whenever he comes back for me. I would like to live in the lighthouse.
We will be sure to return to you shortly. Let us go, my friends.
I will put my large draft horse head down and nuzzle her a little bit, let her pet my snout and my muzzle, and just kind of for a little bit of console her, and
So she reaches up and kind of pats your snout there, and she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a little turnip and
a tasty turnip.
His name is Brokos. He's a good boy.
And I'll go like my hoof.
So you see that elicits.
Yes, people, you're going to be hearing my imitations of animal sounds.
Animal sounds.
So happy.
She managed to make her giggle a little bit, and she smiles and looks away kind of shyly at that.
All these years of Old MacDonald's farm are going to pay off.
Now's the time.
You've been training for this.
Hmm.
Okay. So you guys are now headed to the lighthouse?
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably close to 7 or 8, starting to get dark. Totally your call. You should get there right at nightfall, I would guess.
I think that's for the best. We can stay there for the night.
So press on.
Oh, yes.
All right. So, job well done here in Coldfoot Market. You press on towards the lighthouse. As you're walking along, you start to hear the sound of the waves. You eventually hear crashing of the waves against the cliff, the northern coastline of this island. And the unusually still air has allowed the morning's usual fog to cling to the shoreline all day, and you can still see it up ahead. But there's also something else up ahead, a light that starts to flash and zoom through the sky intermittently, and you imagine this must be the enormous lighthouse that guides ships in to the harbor. As you approach, the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter until finally it seems to bounce off each droplet of water vapor surrounding you in this formless glowing cloud as it passes by. But despite the slightly disorienting nature of this, you manage to make good time. And even though it's not quite nightfall, it's, with the fog and everything else and the light, it's very hard to see. And you keep pressing on, and you think you're headed towards the right place, just drawn like moths to the flame to this light. I'm going to have you each roll a perception for me quickly.
Not me. 6.
6 for Kragar,
17.
17 for Brokos.
15 for Alar.
Chris is apparently very disoriented by it because I got a 3.
Wow.
I am
Oh,
back
wow.
in my regular form, by the way, Jerry. That was
Okay.
that's an hour, so
Okay.
whenever that passed.
So, Alar and Brokos, you just can't help it. It could be just the weird still air, the fog, the light. It just feels off to you, and it feels like someone's watching you, but you don't know how that would even be possible. Because it's
Be
just
careful, Brokos. Something is afoot. I will draw my rapier.
I
okay.
sense that as well.
Are you gonna
So,
let your other?
I was gonna say, are you just telling Brokos? It's like the heck with these two?
Everything I do is in a stage whisper, so you can totally hear me saying that.
So I'm not surprised, but I just kind of look at the two of you and then draw my weapon.
Okay.
As do I draw my weapons.
So you guys all draw your weapons, and you're still walking towards the light of the lighthouse.
Well, I mean, what are we walking through? Is this like an open street?
You're on the coast now. It's just kind of rocky. You think there's a path beneath your feet, but it's very, very rocky and rugged and rutted, and not kept up very well.
So the lighthouse is like outside of the
Yeah.
city proper.
Yep.
It's the kind of place you would find a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
curious.
that makes sense.
Difficult to access, jutting out on this little peninsula out into the terrible northern sea, and you can hear the waves, and you feel the fog, just kind of clinging to your skin, making Kragar smell even worse than he did before. And but you now all have the sense that you're somehow being watched through all of this, and that is where we're going to leave it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that time already.
Making people wait.
Making people wait. Yeah, gotta keep things hanging. Cliffhangers, right?
Mhm.
You guys are literally on the cliffs of the
Yeah.
island.
Ah, uh-huh.
Oh, I
Makes
see
Yeah.
sense.
what you did there.
It's a
Yeah,
good one.
okay. Uh-huh.
If you're not used to the bad jokes by now, it's never going to happen, I'm afraid.
Yep,
But
yep.
material doesn't get any better. So.
I often feel like I'm hanging out with my 14-year-old son. Oh my gosh, he's 15 now. My 15-year-old
Oh.
son.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, how did that happen?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that does sneak up on you. But thank you guys. That was well played. Brokos, man, that yeah, Swiss
Saves
Army
the day
knife.
again.
Yeah, the horse mode
Mhm.
activate. Got
Your
you guys
animal
a
modes are
potion.
really useful.
They really are.
Yeah. I mean, in battle, you'll find them too.
Nice. Well,
I don't know. That's what Jerry and I were kind of figuring out is because I can't turn into anything that I've not seen. So it's trying to figure out, well, fortunately, there's a lot of exotic animals in this market area. But
So many exotic animals. So you can't turn into an elemental if you haven't seen an elemental.
elemental, I get at 10th level, I can turn into an elemental.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, real nice.
That's a
Yeah,
ways
okay.
off.
hmm
It's a ways off. So, but still, I picked the Circle of the Moon, so I get to turn into animals that are higher CR than what normally you would be able to.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you're going to be like taking us to every petting zoo, every,
Right.
like, you're going to be collecting Pokemon basically.
Catch them all.
Catch them all. Ooh, a
Uh,
giraffe.
Yeah, look at that. Long
Well,
neck.
then when I get to turn into 6th level, I get to fly. And
Nice.
so I can turn into a
Oh.
giant eagle. So I can
Wow.
say, fly, you fools.
Or an albatross.
Or an albatross, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that could freak some people out.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's come in very handy so far. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole group seems to be gelling pretty well. No combat this episode, but
It's okay.
you figured some things out and you're moving ahead. So that's
And
pretty
we reassured a young girl.
yeah.
Is that what we did?
That's,
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened
that's
That's
exactly what happened.
how it went down.
in Alar's mind.
I'm surprised you didn't make him roll a deception skill check there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I could have asked for that.
I was not acting. That was all Alar.
I think Tris stepped in and saved the day for you there, but
Somehow I suspect that's going to be how the campaign goes quite often. So yeah.
yeah, I do have to remember
You
that
guys
not a very reassuring person to look at, right? I mean, she's got horns and fangs and swishy tail, and it's like if she has to step in all the time and
do you guys not remember season 1?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of now.
It's okay that Rochelle can play these characters that are, level-headed.
Somebody needs to do it in this group.
Ah,
That seems to be
Yeah.
your role a lot.
that was
Rochelle.
not what I was going for this time, though.
No, I know.
You can
This is-
change, though, if you want to,
Ah,
if you want, like, Kragar take all the responsibility.
Oh
I would
yeah,
be scared.
he wanted to kill Arvik.
He just
at
wants
the
to kill
beginning of this
people.
thing.
Yeah.
His blade is getting pretty dry there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gregor's just not a really nice person.
Good to know. Well, thank you guys,
Yeah.
and we will see
see you
you
next
all
time.
next
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.